All right, Shalom. I'd like to start out with saying Ka Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Harikak Wadash Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and my elder Herawan as well. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing in truth and sincerity and truth. And peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, I'm Kanaks on Ban Yasha Allah from the Lions of the Yasha Allah camp. And I just want to come with like a quick, spiritual hydration. And the topic of this hydration is going to be on mental health um, and thoughts. Lord willing, this lesson to edify and to serve His purpose for the hopeful elect, the ones that truly believe in the name of Yahweh by Shem Shai. All right, a lot of times some of us deal with certain thoughts that enter the mind, and it has certain doubts or certain emotions that are very hard to control, and causes us to act in certain ways sometimes, and it's and it gets even more difficult to deal with when you come into the truth. Um, you know, I myself come from saying a kind of not really a long line, but there's some mental health illness within my family. And I am a firm believer that trauma gets embedded in the DNA and it's passed down from generation to generation. We're born into a traumatic state of fear, but that was a curse that was put on us by Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai. But He's going to take it away from us, and place it upon the wicked. So, matter of fact, let me get Isaiah real quick. Isaiah, because you think about it, we're born into the valley of the shadow of death. We're born into that, and it's hell on us. So we're trembling, and you know, we it's fear causes you to react in so many different ways. Fear is not always being quivering like a coward or oh I'm so afraid. No, fear can cause you to be brave. Fear can cause you to be fierce. Fear can cause you to be a whole bunch of things. But one thing you cannot do when you're in a fearful situation, fear is really ignorance. And the one thing you cannot do in a fearful situation is keep your mind together. And you got to think about it. That's what Esau uses, fear, the fear tactic, right? To keep our mind altered, knowing the experiences that we go through in life. It's all carnal, man. It creates, uh, you know, chemical imbalances within the brain, which causes us to act upon our emotion. It's all carnal, man. Based upon the experiences we going through life, it creates trauma, and trauma creates a pattern of behavior, and it's all carnal. You know, just like it's like this, and it alters your mindset and it alters your way of thinking. To where like, just like the um the elder brought up last weekend when we are teaching the fact that like we're literally in like the X-Men had a little battle simulation room. They would never go up to level 5. It was either level 4 or level 5 because it gets so intense to the point where I think it's somewhere around like it gets so scary you would almost think that even though you're in a simulator, it's almost real. It becomes a reality. And that's exactly what this is that we're in. We're in the matrix inside the matrix, right? And it's a false reality. And because right, we're in this in the simulation room, right? It became a reality to us, which incited fear. But what it is it's fear when we're dealing with like the thoughts of the mind and stuff like that, not being able to control certain thoughts or emotion, that comes from immaturity, um, from an intellectual level. So we're not fully put together. All right. And it's all because of fear, man. And that's what creates these carnal thoughts that confuses us. And when sometimes we paint a false narrative ourselves, we gaslight ourselves with doubt. You know, even though knowing that the Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, is within us, and we're chosen by Yahweh Shem Shai. But sometimes we still have, because of the brain, because of carnality, it tries to alter our way of thinking. Based upon emotions. This is Isaiah chapter 51, verse 22. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again." And that cup of trembling is talking about slavery, right? And then, but it was a physical slavery, and from the physical slavery, it went into mental. We're traumatized in a trembling state, and that's one of the curses that was put upon us. Smite me with blindness and madness of heart. We were gonna forget who we were, forget that we're in this simulation room, forget our job, because forget that we came from the heavens, right? That we started in the heavens, like how Jeremiah had to be reminded, like, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and I sanctified thee, become a prophet among the nations. The same thing that was instructed by us in the spiritual realm before we came to this earth. But down here, through our experience of earth, we fell out of the way and forgot who we were. So now all of a sudden this mission, this simulated mission, right, became real to us, and which causes all these emotions and stuff, like, being involved with certain women and getting pulled in that direction, and it affects you spiritually, and you know what I'm saying? You can't keep it together because you got your focus on this woman that's consuming so much of your time. And we already know, and the crazy part about it is, we know all these things, that these negative impacts that all these situations have upon our life, you know, but we still find ourselves doing it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But that's all immaturity of the mind. Um, this is Isaiah 51:22. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thy cup, out of thy hand, the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground, and as the street to them that went over." That's how the nations had us in fear, man. And that fear was put upon us by Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai. All right. So now, as a child being born in this world, what's the first thing we utter is crying. We go through trauma from that point right there, right? But some of us are not going to get out of that childhood state of mind. They're going to continue in that childhood state of mind because they're not going to be able to grow. Because the only way to grow is to grow spiritually. You could if you grow carnally, you're only growing into this world. You're growing to death. You have to be able to grow spiritually through Yahweh Shem Yahushai, having immortal thoughts instead of the mortal thoughts that are brought upon you from this world, which causes you to worry, which causes you to have anxiety, which causes you to have depression. You know, it's the world that causes these things. It's the flesh that causes these things. Because guess what? If you're having anxiety or worrying about paying your bills, if like we live on a rock that supplies everything that we need. That's a false sense of reality right there. So that's by us being immature, mentally, and we gain maturity the more that we cleave unto Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, we grow. Like newborn babes desire to see milk, that you may grow thereby. Right? So now We have to get to the point where we put away childish things, meaning put away those mortal thoughts. You know, this is Ecclesiastes um 11:8. It says, "But if a man live many years and rejoice in them all, yet let him remember the days of darkness, for they shall be many. All that cometh is vanity. Rejoice, O young man, in thy youth." Right. So now everybody, you know, looks when they get older, they'll always look back on their younger years, right? But not even realizing that your younger years are full of folly because you're messing up. You're trying to learn. You're trying to get your wheels turning. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get a true understanding. You know, but you know, and really in your younger years, it's harder for you to understand the aspect of dark times. Like, you know what I'm saying? These people are so immature in the spirit. We're telling them what's about to come, and they can't even see the dark times because they're still trying to be in their youth. They're still trying to live it up. You know, it says, Slakia, verse 9. It says, "Rejoice, O young man." Ecclesiastes 11:9 says, "Rejoice, O young man, in thy youth, and let thy heart cheer thee in the days of thy youth, and walk in the ways of thy heart, and in the sight of thine eyes. But know thou that for all these things Yahweh will bring thee into judgment." Right. So if you're walking off the, you know what I'm saying, if you're going off your own heart and off of your own of what you see and being carnal in thy youth, man, it's going to lead you to destruction. So being caught up in your own mind thought, your own thoughts and your own ways, you know, it's going to lead you to destruction. All right. So now, but think about it. That's why. Hold on. Let's get this. Chapter 12. So this is what we should be doing in our youth. All right. This is Ecclesiastes 12:1. It says, "Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, for thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them." So now we're remembering Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai in the days of our youth, gaining maturity in the spirit. So what is that going to do? That's going to push out those mortal thoughts. We're not going to be thinking about the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? The carnal shit that we once were thinking about when we're in this world. That becomes null and void to us. It becomes a non-factor. So therefore it cannot affect us emotionally. It cannot affect us spiritually, and it cannot affect us physically. Because I couldn't find the scripture. I was looking for a scripture. It's like it was basically roughly paraphrased. It said, "A sorrowful heart is weary to the flesh," meaning, and this is proven, bruh. The mind can deteriorate the whole body by the way it processes information. If the thought process of the mind can make you die, stress can kill you. So now growing in the spirit, what does that do? What does Scripture say? Think not I can't quicken these mortal bodies. How is He quickening these mortal bodies? By what? Taking away the mortal thoughts and putting the immortal thoughts into our minds, man, through the spirit. So the things that used to cause us to get anxiety no more, they don't. Used to cause us to get anxiety don't have an effect on us anymore because we're maturing in the spirit, man. All right, so I want to get that word immaturity. Slack it real quick. All right, it says immature, not fully developed. All right, another definition: having or showing an emotional or intellectual development appropriate to someone younger. Right. But all right, so now our whole thought processes change when we come into the truth, man. Because what do we do? let me get this one. I gotta get this one in my sword. Let me get 1 Corinthians, because the world causes us to have childish thoughts, and we mature in the spirit of Yahweh by Shem Shai and put away the mortal thoughts of man and put on the immortal thoughts of Yahweh by Shem Shai. Because what the scriptures say, He desired wisdom in thy inward parts. All right, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11. It says, when I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. So we got to put away those childish thoughts of the flesh that's caused by chemical imbalances in the brain, which is caused from trauma, which is causes for our fucked up experiences in this life. But all that gets taken away once we enter into the truth of Yahweh Bashem Shai, and He begins to quicken these mortal bodies. We even get more healthier by having faith in Yahweh Bashem Shai. It reduces the cortisol in your body that's created from stress, from the pressures of this world. It motivates you to work out. It motivates you to exercise. Believing in Yahweh Bashem Shai motivates you to do so many different things. It changes your thought process, and it also is healthy for the body itself. You think how negative energy deteriorates the body, that positive energy from Yahweh Bashem Shai won't replenish it? He said, you think now I can quicken these mortal bodies? He's doing that by changing the whole thought process. The way we calculate information, the way we see things. We no longer see it from a childish carnal perspective, but we see it from a growing adult perspective, or, you know what I'm saying, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Shai. So we put away childish things. We're no longer immature in wisdom. We become mature in wisdom. It says, undeveloped. We become complete. We become whole through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Shai. So those mortal thoughts that we should have back in the day, right, no longer matter. All right, let me go back to where we go back to. All right, so let's go back to Ecclesiastes 11 and 10. It says, therefore remove, Ecclesiastes 11 and 10. It says, therefore remove sorrow from thy heart, and put away evil from thy flesh, for childhood and youth are vanity. So those thoughts that we had when we was in the world, and those emotions that we had when we was in the world, put those away. Put those away. Those are, you know, we handle emotions and things now spiritually through wisdom. Not saying we're not going to feel it anymore, but we know how to deal with it. We no longer have to allow it to consume us. You know, let me get 1 Timothy. We no longer let it consume us. 1 Timothy. You get 1 Timothy 1 and 7. It says, no, Slakia. 2 Timothy 1 and 7. Slakia. 2 Timothy 1 and 7. It says, for Yahweh have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and love and of a sound mind. And that sound mind is of soundness, self-control, moderation, self-moderation, discipline, self-control. Self-control, man. No longer getting emotionally overwhelmed with things and and spazzing, and we don't have to do that shit no more because we have answers to all the questions that we once had in life. We have the Lord has given us answers to all the questions that we once had in life, man. Oh man, I gotta go up. It says this is 2 Timothy 1:6. It says, "Wherefore I put thee in remembrance that thou stir up the gift of Yahweh which is in thee by putting on of my hand." So what gift is that that's within us, man? That spirit of Yahweh by Shem Shai. That newfound way of thinking according to wisdom and truth, not according to darkness and lies, what this world causes you to operate under. All right, let me get a couple more scriptures, close it out. Let me get Second Ezra. What is that? Second Ezra chapter 14, verse 14. It says, "Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature," man. Put that shit off. We don't gotta think about that shit no more, man. "And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times." All right, so we're fleeing from all, so we're remembering our Creator in the days of our youth and the youthfulness of spirit because we've been revived, which that word there is quickening, which is chaya. All right, so the newness of life, the Lord has gave us the breath that these bones may live. So we no longer indulge on the thoughts or harbor on the thoughts that put us in the valley of dry bones. We expound on the breath that was breathed into us that gave us life through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. So we let verse 2 Ezra 14 and 14 again. It says, "Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature," man. Put off that weak shit. It makes us weak thinking emotionally like that, dealing with all this shit from women, from people scoffing at us, like, you know what I'm saying, from all these different jobs, all these different things that we go through emotionally. You know, all it is a conditioning for what's to come, building us into great leaders of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai's people. All right, all right. I want to get one more scripture to close it out. Let me see. Proverbs. Proverbs 14 and 30. And it says, "A sound heart is the life of the flesh." Man, listen. Didn't I just say that? Like, like a sound mind is life to the flesh. That's how we keep living, man. We live through the spirit. Read it again. It's Proverbs 14 and 30. "A sound heart is life of the flesh, but envy the rottenness of the bones," man. So, so I mean, that's what gives us life, man. The spirit of the Lord gives us life. The only thing about it, these bodies can't live forever because they weren't made to live forever. That's why we got to get new bodies. The scripture says, "Think not I can't quicken these mortal bodies." Yeah, but these bodies weren't designed to live forever like the new bodies that we're gonna get, man. But we have to think like we already have the new bodies with our thoughts. We can't think like we like we're in these bodies. You get what I'm saying? We think the way we do because of these bodies, these chains of darkness, but we have to separate ourselves from them through the spirit. Mentally, man, we got to do that shit. All right, Lord willing, bless them with edify and serve this purpose with that and like say, Ka Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, by Shem, Harikak Wadash, by Amath. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and my elder Herawan as well. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth, the sincerity, and truth. And peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Shalom.